Hi guys, welcome back today. I would have to re-record the video again just because of the music anyways. Uh, I forgot to, the reason why we're re-recording this video is because I didn't include the actual accessories that it came with. So yeah, I will just start with the blaster and I will get on to the accessories. This is a Jawa blaster, silver front. There's no inside Bella. Of course, this is a Jawa blaster. Here's the front on the sight. And right here we have a rear on the sight. Now you can switch in between. You can use this one for close range. You can use this one for long range. Now right in between these is the Picatinny rail. This is not compatible with your Nerf attachments, but airsoft attachments will fit on there. There's two more rails down here. Now, right below, this is actually a carrying handle. Now, right is below the carrying handle. It's a charging handle. It's just like a G36. All you have to do is pull this lever left or right. I wanted to do it left anyways, and you pull it back. It does have a spring return, and the lever will flick back to where it was. You can do this with the right, obviously. Now this is a fake ejection port. It only goes back a quarter. It only goes back a quarter. It does not go all the way back. It does not go all the way back here, which is kind of funny. Right here, right here we have the battery compartment. You click this little lever, and the battery compartment will be right here. Now I want to disconnect the battery. Don't worry, I'm gonna reconnect it. I'm not gonna leave it out. This is the battery right here. This is a LiPo battery. This battery is longer than the LiPo battery that's used in my Lego M16. Now there's the charging port. The black is just to connect to the blaster. The white is just to charge. So yeah, I will leave the battery unplugged for now. Now get on to the accessories. I will get back to the blaster in a bit. Here's the charger. To plug this in, you basically align it. You can plug this into a console or any. You can plug this into a console, maybe your Chromebook, like mine. I should have plugged it into my Chromebook. That was so stupid of me. I decided to put it on the charger. Now the battery doesn't come. The battery doesn't come fully charged. The battery in there is actually it comes fully charged. But as you use it more and more often, the battery will eventually lose its percentage. And once it's dead, then you're going to have to charge it back up. Now, to get this out, it's very, very difficult to do. I hate the music, anyways. Yeah, that's the charging port. Now you do have to plug this into a USB port, like on my Chromebook here. You basically have to plug this in, and there's green, it's flashing green, and flashing red. Now those are LED lights. Now this thing is see-through, just like the blaster itself is. So yeah, I'm gonna put the battery back in. Now this black one is to connect to the blaster. The white one is definitely the charger. Now you flip you put this switch. It's kind of difficult to do, I know. And even the rail comes off. You might think this would be a secret compartment for a foregrip, but no, that's the battery compartment. And so you connect the black ending. You don't connect the little white ending. That's for the charging. This has 3. This one only has 2 prongs. So you connect it like this. The white is for charging. The black is for basically for connecting to the blaster. Now you do have to put the wires. And now LiPo batteries do have wires. They don't electrocute me. Now as you can see, these batteries are wrapped in plastic. Now these batteries are wrapped in plastic, and there's like a little metal thing in there. You can't see it, but you can feel it. And it says it right there. It's a LiPo battery. Now the I hope music doesn't play, because I would just have to re-record the video again. You do have to be careful about the battery space and make sure you don't do anything stupid. It's very difficult to do. It's just very difficult to do. I hope I don't hit that wire. It's very... Okay. Okay, it probably is the battery. Yeah, it probably is the battery. Stupid wire won't fold. So difficult with the wires. I can't even. Probably is this. Oh, right. Oh, there's a little saying, do not pull wires. Yeah, you might break it. You always hold the connectors. Now, these are connectors. The black one and the white one both have a connector. The black one is for powering the blaster. And the white one is for the charger. I'm having an issue here. I'm having a little bit of an issue here because the battery won't go in. Well, probably it's because of the charger wire thing. Hopefully that will do. Now it did snap into place because of the batteries blocking the way. This battery should not be long. There we go. I was able to put the battery back in. Now here's the folded stock. You press this button to fold it. Now this does lock into place. Y'all remember that video where I did a review on the Howitzer gun? Toy funnel grenade launcher. When the stock on that thing is foldable, but however it's not that secure. If you like slash the blaster, not like towards the wall, but if you like eventually do this, the stock will unfold itself. But this one actually has a locking mechanism just to catch it. Yeah, there's a little spacing between there, and this little bit right here will lock it into place. Obviously, everything in this blaster is not everything in this blaster is spring. Like, imagine if there was so many springs in this blaster. This blaster would not work if there were so many springs. Now this gun is see-through. Now there's a spray right here that's for the charging out. There's also another spray right here that's for the mechanism of the blaster. Now if you take that screw out, it will reveal the spring. You can change it to a different spring if you want to, but I don't. Now you can unscrew this blaster. Now you can unscrew. Well, I think you can take the carry handle out. I think that you can only take the carry handle. Now this carry handle is removable if you take out the screws. Now this I guess you can unscrew this blaster. I guess I thought you could. I thought you can't, but you can actually do that. Now the right side is definitely has some screws. Now to the now right in front of the stock and above the grip is the trigger safety. This is the selector switch. This is safety mode. It indicates by the X. There's a little circle here that's a circle. It kind of reminds me of tic-tac-toe. Once you pull the trigger, it actually, the thing blows back, and actually the LEDs light up. And you can also go foil mat. Now, I'm only going to choose the foil mat because they will make a lot of noise if I make it go foil mat. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. The kickback on this is a little bit strong. And now it's not strong as a kickback on the real shotgun. Oh, I forgot about this. This is actually this is sling mounts. Now you can attach this to sling. And this is also acts as a hand stop to prevent you from gripping too far. When you press the trigger, you're eventually going to shoot your hand, and that's not fun. Now, like I said, there is Picatinny rails there. These are not compatible with these are not compatible with your knife attachments. These are compatible with airsoft attachments. Now, right here we have the trigger. The trigger is pretty smooth. This blaster requires a battery in order to shoot the BBs. The jump balls. Now, when you pull the trigger, it actually releases. It actually this thing will go back and it will return forward, shooting a jump ball. And as you can see, it did light up. Like I said, I just hate music in my videos. I just like the quality mode music, but I always hate copyrighted music in my videos. Like, I hate it so much. Now that music is quiet, but I don't think it will copyright my video. Now, if music is very quiet, like if no music's playing, you can record a video, right? if you record a video while copyright music is going on, your video is going to get copyrighted, but it's still fine. But it will just get copyrighted. Now to the grip is pretty comfortable. I have no sized hands. Right in the grip is a little motor, and it actually twitches like this. When you fire it, the thing will twitch. Now this thing doesn't move back to shoot the. Now when you press the trigger, the motor will twitch. This thing will go back, and once it hits the forward position, it actually shoots out a gel ball, and it will come out of the barrel, and then it will shoot. Now that is the barrel right there. That little tube is the barrel. Now you can see everything. You can see the wiring, and you can even see the battery.
Do you want a grilled cheese?
Yes.
How many? 2?
Yes. I gotta get to finish with this review quickly before I eat. Now I'm gonna put on the safety for right now. And now the magazine release. Get the magazine out. You just press. The magazine. You get the magazine out. You just press. Magazine release. This magazine holds 350 rounds. I'm pretty sure it holds 500, but it's just 350. And this is the magazine release. Now there's these little clip things. I'm not sure what they are for, but it's pretty good, I guess. The trigger art is kind of a little bit restricted, but it's okay. You can remove the carry handle if you want to put a different carry handle. Now, I am gonna have to. Now there's another sling mount right here. Now onto the accessories. Now more onto the accessories. Here's safety glasses. Of course, they include safety glasses with every gel ball blaster. Now these safety glasses are a little bit different. Obviously, they might fog up, but I think this is for eye protection, so that way you don't shoot yourself in the eye with a gel ball blaster, because that will hurt. I do actually look pretty cool, but these safety glasses will. I don't think safety glasses will fog up. But however, if you're like wearing goggles, when you're wearing them on your head, and then you're not actually like wearing on your face, when you're wearing on your head, all that heat just gets transferred. All the body heat just gets transferred. And it actually fogs. It fogs up the. It fogs up the goggles lens, and to see more clearly, you had to take it off, put it into the water, and then hopefully, if it keeps on doing that, you're just gonna have to. Repeat the same process. You have to put it in the water, wear it back on. If it follows up again, you have to just repeat the process every time. Now that can get annoying. Now these safety glasses are high quality. These safety glasses are very cool. Now this blaster right here, it's like color. I think it's like I think this blaster is literally teal. Teal. This blaster now this blaster is like clear color is teal. This is teal. This is teal. Does not. Now on to the speed loader. This is the speed loader. this will make it much easier to scoop up the little gel balls into the magazine. This will help you save some time and not picking up the gel balls by hand and load them into the magazine. This will definitely help. If you try to load it by hand, you have to be careful. But if you put it in too fast, the gel balls will literally go everywhere. So do not do that. Use the speed loader. Sometimes the gel balls might fall out, but now into the magazine. Now there's a little latch to load the gel balls in. There's a little connector to allow it to chamber the gel balls. Now when it's connected to the blaster, like this, I will take it off safety mode. That little gear moves, and it's actually in the tube right here is where the gel balls go, and that little gear will move the gel balls into this little tube right here, and a gel ball goes into the chamber once the trigger is pressed. Once the trigger is pressed, a gel ball will go into the tube. It will go back and it will hit and it will shoot out the gel ball, and that's how it works. Now there is little instructions on this blaster. Now you can't see it, but I can see it. It is made in China. I'm not gonna read the instructions on the blaster. So yeah. Now on to the packet of Lorries. Now these are the little gel balls when they're in their little dehydrate form. Now they do look like airsoft beads when they look like little airsoft beads, but as they grow, they will eventually they will no longer be an aerosol ball size, and they will look exactly like this. They will look like that. Now these gel balls are in a container, and as you can see, the water is blue because the gel balls won't color the water. It will actually color the water, whatever the color the gel ball is. Now those are extra packets in case if you run out of those gel balls. So yeah, now it's time. Let's do the kickback test. Now it's like for gel ball blasters, I'm only going to be doing kickback tests only. But so yeah, it does kick back a lot. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It does kick back a lot. And the LEDs do light up. Now on to my opinion. My opinion on this is pretty high. I would recommend this thing. It just feels so good. It feels so light to me, but if you're younger, this will definitely feel heavy. Now I am 14. I am 14, so this is a gel ball blaster. I also got the Adopt Me Bees blaster because I'm a Roblox fan. I will review that. I will probably review that. And I will probably review that when I get. Well, I won't be. I will just combine it with the gel ball blaster. Now, of course, I did review the things that I haven't reviewed yet. So yeah, this is pretty darn sweet. This is sweet. I like this thing. It's teal. It could be turquoise, but it's actually teal. I actually love this thing. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, like and subscribe. And stay Firestorm Squad.